I'm so excited to introduce my two guests today. I have Noah and his mom, Dani. And Noah, could you introduce yourself? Like, how old are you and what do you like to do for fun?
Hello, I'm Noah. I love to do cooking, and I'm 11 years old. Wait, you're 12. 12.
Wait, did you just turn 12? Is that what happened?
I think like a couple months ago.
Okay. And so then what do you like to do for fun?
I cook, destroy stuff,
Ah,
do stuff. Yeah, I
is
can build
there
stuff.
a
Build stuff, yeah.
okay. Is there a recipe that you've recently started working on?
I've been trying to perfect my homemade pasta.
Homemade pasta? How are you making homemade pasta? Do you mean like with the flour and the egg and all that?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, tell me more. So, do you do the whole put the eggs in the flour, you mix it up, and then you have to roll it, cut it?
Tell them about it. Yeah, pretty much. That's what I do. Look, cut it, and it's very hard to make or perfect because one wrong step and it could completely just like it's a very fragile thing.
Oh, well, what do you like about making pasta?
I like because the flavor is really good and
Mm,
it's cool to see that I made this from this, like just eggs and flour and boom, it's pasta dough when you're done.
yeah, I would say that's kind of what I love about the whole process too. It's like, wait a second, they used to be these ingredients, and now it's this, but it's this because you did it, and it feels like pretty awesome. Is that what you like?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, you said, so what else do you like to do for fun?
I like to build stuff like Legos and all that. Those are very fun.
Legos and what else?
Destroying stuff. I just throw my Lego.
You destroy your Legos?
Well, yes. Well, not the like the plastic, but like I build something, then I have a giant war with them or something like that.
Okay, I'm imagining like Star Wars stuff, and then they battle each other. What
Pretty
Legos are
much.
you putting together?
Actually, Star Wars. So you got that
Uh-huh.
Star Wars. There was never a theme. I just got a Lego set and then I built it, recreated it to be like a robot destroyer thing, and then had teams and just fought each other.
Wow, we had like a similar childhood, but not similar. I did I did something kind of like that. Only I didn't have when I was what in elementary school. What grade are you in?
Uh, going into seventh grade.
Oh, okay. Well, basically, I would go from school and I would go to my mom's work afterwards. Now, my mom was doing hair and nails, so it was like a hair and nails shop. You know, you get a haircut, you can go and get your nails done. And so when I get really bored, I would just sit down at one of the little stations where you would go and get your nails painted. And I didn't have Legos, but I wanted something to go to war. So I took the nail polish bottles and like I put two different teams and I had them battle each other. And it's like that nail polish bottle died, and then like this one just like kicked it, and it's like so I I used what I had, but there was a war happening.
That
So
sounds very fun.
yeah. And but when I would be at home, I'd had like action figures and they would basically always fight each other. And then like some of them had motorcycles, some of them just had to use their hand to hand combat. Bam, bam, bam. Anyways, I don't know what it is. Sometimes boys just like to destroy stuff. I don't know. Mom. So, Dani, you want to introduce yourself a bit?
Yeah. So I'm Dani. I'm Noah's mom. I'm a pediatric dentist and try to share my time as much as I can with my kids. I like to travel a lot
Ooh,
and eat
where do you?
Noah's food.
Gotcha. And where do you like to travel? You got a favorite place?
No, I like to like try new places. And my rule is if I'm gonna pay for it, it's gonna be something. It has to be something new.
Gotcha. Love it. Do you have a favorite place you've ever traveled to?
Uh, I like going back home. I'm from Nicaragua, so I feel like every time I go, I try something new there too, and I
Mm.
love it. I like my hometown.
You sound very adventurous. You like to go to new places, experience new things, basically.
I like the
Yeah.
culture, like learning
Mm.
about other people's culture and
What
food.
What do you feel like is the best way to learn about someone's culture?
I think just accepting it, like immersing yourself. Like I try not to do any of the big touristy stuff.
Mm,
So I like to get into like I don't want to go to the best restaurant. I want to go to where the people that live there go.
yeah.
Traditional food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I completely agree, actually. It tells you you're basically you wanna know what's the tradition, how did you live, how did your grandparents live, and get to, like, the richness of, I guess, yeah, what made this culture became the culture, basically,
And
right?
then observing.
Mm,
I like observing. I'm an observer. So instead of like asking questions, I like sitting back and being like, okay, this is what they do here. This is how this works. You learn like that just by observing and
do you
learning the patterns.
do you ever like to people watch?
I love people watching. It's part of my culture.
Yeah, I didn't know what that was, but I realized I liked doing it when I first started traveling abroad. Where was I? I might have been in Italy or no, I remember doing this specifically when I was in Portugal. I just kinda got tired of going everywhere, and I just sat down at a cafe. I was like, "Okay, no more agenda today. I'm just going to look at how do people just go about their day." And I just sat at a cafe and just, like, watched people walking by, and I'm like, "This is so awesome." Like,
So
living
I grew up doing that in Nicaragua, where I'm from in Granada. At the end of the day, you take out your rocking chairs on the sidewalk and you just sit there like you
mm,
rock, and you'll just people watch is pretty much what you're doing. And if somebody knows you, they'll stop by and they chit chat with you and then they go on their way. It's just part of something we used to do every day pretty much since we were little. And
yeah.
I do that still to this day. I like it. It's interesting. You learn a
Yeah,
lot.
I think that the cultures that do this also are the cultures where it's important to slow down and not always rush yourself and go to the next thing and go to the next thing. But I think someone who taught me that was in Croatia. I was like, "What do you guys like to do here for fun?" And they're like, "Just drink coffee." I'm like, "And then what?" Like, "No, just sit there." And like, "And do what?" "Not just and just sit and talk." And I'm like, "Wow." What a concept,
I
right?
like it.
I think it's just, it's great. I think it's great to hustle and move forward all the time. It's also good to have that balance and slow down too. And Noah, do you wanna share with us what you wanna do when you grow up?
I want to be like a Michelin star chef cook.
That's cool. It's specializing in what?
And probably pretty much Japanese food.
Yes. And how remind me, how did you know that's what you wanted to do?
Well, it first started off with me liking swords,
Nice.
and then I liked the katana, and
Yeah.
then I liked their food, and I'm like, I want to make this.
Dude,
So
yeah.
then I used a Japanese knife, made food with Japan, and ate it, and it was good.
Yeah. Have you been in Japan?
No, but I've been asking for like 3 years.
Well, yeah, I feel like I've been wanting to go for 3 years and I still haven't been. What, do you have a favorite Japanese meal?
Probably takoyaki.
Is that the one where it's like the ball? The octopus ball?
Yes,
Why do you like that? I've never had it before.
because I actually have one of those makers, and it's pretty easy to make, and it's good because you can add almost anything you want.
What do you like to add?
I normally add sriracha or like maybe
Mm,
Japanese barbecue sauce or something like that.
mm,
Something like that, yeah.
and
But so
then
with octopus.
Yeah, so yeah, of course, octopus.
yeah, and the batter is like a flour batter, right?
Almost. You actually add flour, but you add like those like fish flavored powdered cubes to it to give it like almost a fishy taste.
That sounds delicious. Wow. Okay, well, let's dive into today's topic. And there are some things I wanted to pick your brain about, and then we can share with our audience maybe some things that would be helpful. And that's all we always want to do with our audience or anytime we talk to people is we always want to leave them better than how we found them. So I think something that might be really helpful for our listeners, let's start off with like a little bit of your journey. What do you feel like was something that you really wanted to work on and like kind of figured out like how to make progress? And then we can kind of break that down for our audience. Is there anything that comes to your mind?
Probably getting really angry, like, way quicker than we do now.
Okay. Yeah. What are some examples? And I'm sure a lot of people can totally like relate, like feeling upset, getting mad, and then just wanting to not get mad. What were some things that would make you really frustrated?
Uh, Really simple things that just come out of the blue, like, pop up in my mind, and just for some reason, I'm like, I need to be angry about it,
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
and then it just gets me really fired up, and it's
yeah.
just out of the blue.
Okay, got it. And it would be like mistakes or like things that just didn't go right or
A little bit of everything, like, I really don't remember everything that happens, it just becomes out, like, I really don't know.
yeah. And then anytime that you like lost your cool, like how did that feel?
Well, I wasn't really, like, caring at that point since I was so angry.
What did it
It's
feel
just,
like
like,
afterwards though? After you calmed down and everything was fine afterwards, how did you feel?
pretty bad. I'm like, "Oh my god, why did I get angry about this?"
Mm, yeah. I have talked to a lot of kids and they say the same thing. It's like, man, I don't like it's like I do lose my temper, but then it's hard to control my temper, and then afterwards, I just feel bad about losing my temper because I ended up doing something I didn't like, or I said something that I didn't mean, right? So maybe walk us through like maybe what hmm why did that happen? Maybe that's a good place to start.
I think the main reason that that happens sometimes might
Mm,
be that something bad already happened and I'm kind of already angry.
yeah,
So I'm already a little bit angry. And then something bad like that happened or that's happening pops in my mind or like the smallest thing and it just
mm,
makes me more angry, which kind of
yeah.
that's what starts it.
Yeah, and most of the people who are listening are moms and dads. So, like, Danny, if could you share maybe a little bit like how that maybe affected you?
Yeah, because sometimes it's like a ticking bomb. Like
Uh,
you don't know you don't know what's gonna trigger it, you
yeah,
know? And I feel like now he can control it a little bit, a lot, not a little bit, a lot more.
nice.
But before it was like immediately, like boom, it was, kaboom all of a sudden. And it
Yeah,
was really hard to bring him back and have him breathe and think about it. Cause I feel like when you turn red, nothing
mm,
matters,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so maybe whoever wants to chime in here, but I think another good question would be, what what did you guys try that maybe it kind of worked, some things didn't work. Maybe you want to walk us through what didn't work so well, but some things that worked really well.
When I say me chiming in did not work,
Okay, what do you mean?
like, hey, what would Andrew say? Let's breathe. Like
Yeah.
a reminder. It did not work.
Yeah.
It like
God.
triggered it more. I'm like,
Yeah.
so for me, I saw me backing away and like just trying to like avoid and
Yeah,
let him
yeah,
do his own thing and figure it out helped a lot more than me giving the reminder.
yeah,
Agreed.
yeah. What
I do
about
not like hearing when I'm already angry, like,
yeah,
"What would it?" I'm like, "Just let me be angry for a little bit."
yeah. And for you, Noah, what were some things that you felt like when you tried it, it wasn't working?
I tried breathing. It does when you're already, like, this angry and sometimes even angry where it's, like, hard to already breathe, and then
Uh,
slowly, like, it's hard.
uh,
Breathing, for me, never worked. I tried it many times, just didn't work.
but Noah, you're always breathing.
Well, I'm in like deep breathing, like
It's a good thing.
Yeah, like a bigger, longer breath?
yes. A
Uh,
lot of people say it calms down, but I've tried it so many times, and did many different methods, and it just never worked that good for me.
yeah. Did it even work just maybe a little bit?
There was like a 1% chance of it actually working. And
Okay.
I had to be it was more like, I'm really, really angry, like, not full on, but,
Mhm.
like that,
Yeah,
almost. That
yeah.
somewhat calmed me down somewhat, didn't it?
Mhm. And it's really common advice to just take a deep breath. And I think it works, but then if you're already really, really upset, that probably isn't really working from your own experience and also my own experience too.
I think Noah has done it unconsciously, the breathing, and it is working. I just don't think he recognizes it. Because I have seen him say, like, sometimes, like, he's like mad and he's like, and he might like let that frustration air out, but he does actually breathing. So, like, when you said that right now, you're like, you actually are breathing and it is calming you down. You might not, you're just doing it automatically now. You don't have to think as much as you used to before. So, I think it is helping you. You just are doing it automatically and I don't think you're recognizing it. But you
Hmm.
you are doing it a lot more.
Hmm,
Mm.
maybe
Without
I just
thinking so
didn't
much about it,
notice.
basically.
Yeah,
Nice. You know what that's called?
memory?
No, it's called unconscious competence. It's when you just do something without thinking about it. It's out of the 4 levels of consciousness, this is the 4th and highest one, where you just after you're doing something so many times, you just do it automatically and don't even realize you're doing it. So, yeah, but like walking and breathing at the same time. You probably don't even think about breathing,
I'm thinking
actually.
about it
That
right
might be a
now.
different topic. Anyways, so the next question is, so what are some things that have really helped?
I'm thinking there's a lot of things that's helped. It's normally when you bring up something new, it just gets better and better. So I'm trying to think. I think we haven't been working on anger that as much. So I'm trying to think back.
Yeah, but what you do know is that you have more control over your anger. Is that right?
Yes, I do for sure.
Yeah. So then what probably happened is that little by little it started to get better. So let's dive into that a little bit because there's a lot of parents here who try to help their kids achieve the same thing, and most of the most common things you'll find on the internet is like something called gentle parenting, where you'll make sure that the kid feels understood. It's like, hey, don't judge yourself. It's okay to have the big feelings that you're having. Right. And I think something that is missing though is that how do we stop the cycle of the big feelings from happening over and over and over and over again? So let's do some digging into this. And do you remember whenever you would get some like quote unquote big feelings or you get really upset, is it because things were happening so perfectly or because there were mistakes happening? Mistakes. And I would say, I think there might be 3 common things. There's mistakes, there's losing, failing, I suppose. So those are like the top 3 things. You've experienced all 3 of those, right? Yeah. Walk us through that one time you shared with me when you were 3D printing something and I think it wasn't working or it came out wrong. And then, do you remember what you did?
I completely destroyed it.
Yeah, it went in the
Yeah.
trash. Well, I mean,
Oh
eventually it
yeah.
probably would have ended up in the trash if since it was like it just didn't print right, but you destroyed it. Now, let's dig into what made you feel that terrible. Because there's mad and there's like really mad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like There's like maybe think of it like this. You take your toothpaste and you unscrew the cap, and then it just slips out of your finger and it drops into the sink. You're like, oh, and that just feels a little annoying. And you just grab it and you're not that mad. You're just that was just kind of annoying, right? You following me so far? But then there's like you make a mistake and you get really, really mad about the mistake. There is one word that if you feel this one word, it makes you have really big feelings. Any idea what it is? This one thing makes you really angry. It starts with the letter S, and it's not shy.
Is it like some big science word?
No, it's actually it's like 5 letters. It's SH something. SHA.
I have no clue.
It is shame. Shame. Shame, all shame really feels, first of all the parents who are listening, like as adults, like Dani, we know that if we ever feel even just a little bit of shame, oh, it's like, it's a heavy thing to feel, right? Or even sometimes, I hear parents say, like, am I a bad parent? I've actually had some friends that like, they have like a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old, and their baby at one point rolled off the couch and fell on the ground. And they're like, oh my gosh, I'm such a bad parent. It's like when you feel like you should have been better or you should have known better or you shouldn't have made this mistake. It's these like shoulds. This is where we experience shame. It's like, I shouldn't have made this mistake. Like I'm 3D printing something. And all right, so like, all right, my name's Noah. I'm 3D printing something and it's going to be amazing. I'm so excited for it. And then something, I don't know, it could have been the printer. It could have been you run out of filament, or I don't know. Something doesn't go right. And you don't get upset that it didn't go right. You get upset. You're thinking, I'm the reason that it didn't go right. So you're not really mad at the mistake. You're kind of like mad at yourself for letting the mistake happen. Is this making sense? Well, for most people, this is kind of like where the big feelings come from. But there's a point to this. But if there's thoughts like if I made this mistake, it's because I wasn't smart enough or I wasn't good enough. And what kind of mindset do you think we are having if that's what we're thinking out of oh, yes, a negative one. But what's the name for this?
A bad one?
It starts with the letter F. It's it's not the growth mindset. This one, the name of it doesn't really make sense, but a fixed mindset. You remember that one?
Yes.
Yeah. And okay, now I'm gonna pick your brain. Do you think anyone can be born with a growth mindset, or do you think we just have to learn it? What do you think?
Learn it?
Yes, very interesting. Okay, Noah, does any kid come out of mama's belly knowing how to ride a bike?
No.
Did you come out of mama's belly knowing how to make pasta?
No way.
No way. Or is it something that you had to learn?
Learn.
Yes. So do you think that your control over getting angry, did that come from just like you're just natural at it, or it's something you learned?
I learned.
Yes. What kind of mindset do you think you were learning when your anger started to get more in control? Were you learning more of a fixed mindset or a growth mindset? Yeah. I think this is still kind of a new word for a lot of people. Can you kind of explain in your own words? What even is that? What's a growth mindset?
I feel like a growth mindset is just when you're think you could do better, you can do more, you
Yeah.
don't give up and all of that. That's what a
Mm.
growth mindset. That's what I think it is.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. Okay. So now let's do some detective work. Dani, have you seen more of a growth mindset? Do you think that might be what it was that has been helping him out with controlling his emotions and anger?
I think so. I think because before he would like give up on something, like if he felt like he failed on
Uh,
something, that was it, like done. And it would take him like at least more than
yeah,
a day to go back at it. And now
yeah.
it's like, nah, that didn't work. Let's try it again. It's a lot
Nice.
shorter. So for me, that's a growth mindset because he's like, let's do it. Let's do it again. Let's try it.
That's awesome. I love that. I love that. Hey, well, Noah, do you have some advice for like other kids? Maybe like how to do what you're doing?
I would say just try not to think about what you're like how bad you were when you're angry because sometimes that can make you get angry again. Like I remember
Mm,
one time I was so angry about what I did, it made me like I was already like I was calming down and I just thought about what I did again while I was angry and got even like way more angry.
wait, okay. So what you're saying is like if you're angry and then you think about what?
What you did,
Like what got you angry?
what
Oh,
got me angry and what I did, like if I did something that I shouldn't have done while I was angry, something that would have hurt me later, like
mm, I see. So the more you would think about the thing that got you angry, you would just get angrier.
yes.
So then what did you do?
I just didn't think about it. I tried to calm down. Maybe it kind of depends what it is because if
Yeah.
it's something that you failed on, you have to calm down, think, what the heck did I do wrong? Is there
Mm,
a way I could have improved this?
I love it. Okay, that's the winner right there. Like what you just said is you started to think about what you could have done better. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay. There is a saying, it's like you don't want to tell someone to don't think about something because then they'll end up thinking about it. Like if I told you don't think about a pink elephant, you're thinking of a pink elephant, right?
Yes.
It's because basically I was trying to understand this a little bit from like neuroscience. It's like the brain doesn't understand the directions between do and don't do it, right? And so I remember that one of my favorite authors, his name is Simon Sinek, and he was explaining that pilots know this. You don't tell a pilot, don't run into the mountain. You tell the pilot, go around. Because if you tell the pilot, don't fly the plane into that mountain, they're thinking mountain, mountain, mountain. Oh no. And then they hit the mountain, right? Because they're so focused on the mountain. But if you tell them what to do instead, they'll end up having a new idea, a new thing to do. It's like, oh, all I got to do is focus on just going around in a circle, moving around, right? And so basically what you just did was the same thing. Instead of telling yourself, don't think about the mistake, don't think about the bad dot, don't think about it. Instead, you were thinking, what can I do better? What can I learn? So you moved basically from what I'm understanding, you would change your thought, change your bad thought to a good thought. You would focus on the good thought, right? Nice, nice. Have you heard of the word reframes? Okay, okay. All right, let's play like quick little. Actually, let's do a pop quiz. Let's see if you can fill in the blank. Are you ready? Okay, so there's no such thing as losing. You win or you blank. Yes. Very good, very good, very good. Okay, okay. You want to do another one?
Sure.
Okay. Mistakes help me learn and blank.
Grow?
Whoa, you are on fire. You want to go for the last and final one?
Sure.
Okay, this one's actually pretty hard. There's wait. Yeah, this one. You can't be perfect, but you can be blank.
Meh.
It
I remember
rhymes.
you just
I'll give you a hint. It rhymes with butter.
better.
Yes. Ding, ding, ding. Very good. Okay. All right. You ready for the bonus round?
Yep.
I can't do it blank.
Yet.
Woo! Pass with
You
flying
just used
colors.
that one today.
Yes, I
Oh, you
did.
did? On
Yes.
what?
I forget.
I
Oh.
don't know, but we were cooking and we both said yet at the same time.
Oh. Were you does this have anything to do with cracking eggs, maybe?
No,
No.
No?
no, I don't remember what we were doing, but he said, I'm not really good at that. And we both said, yeah, at the same time.
Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing. I love it. So okay. Okay, Noah, what does that do for you when you add that word and you say yet? Like, what does that do for you?
It actually calms me down a lot. I'm like, oh wait, yeah, I probably will get better at that later.
That's very
Or if I
interesting.
practice, I'll get better.
Why does that calm you down though?
Because it just makes me think, don't worry, I'll get it. My whole life I'll have to get it right once at least.
And that makes you feel better?
Yeah, it does. It makes you think if I keep trying, I'll get it.
Nice. Amazing. And Danny, you've is this true? Is you have evidence of this?
I did. I mean, we just did it today. So yeah, we both
Yeah.
just laughed because he's like, you didn't give me time to answer that. To finish my sentence. Because I immediately like went on like, yeah, like, a growth mindset. Like,
Yeah.
we'll
Yeah.
get there.
Yeah, okay. Nice. Well, you guys achieved it at the same time. So then, hmm, Noah. So what you're saying is if you think the bad thoughts, you start feeling bad. You think the good thoughts, you start feeling good.
Yeah.
Hmm. So would your advice be like, what would your advice be is as soon as someone is having bad thoughts, like, oh, I'm the worst, or I'm terrible, or something like that, what should they do?
Think about what they did right. Something. There has to be always something that worked good and not bad.
What if they're like, but I did nothing good?
Then tell them they're wrong. Because anything you do, at least anything, there has to be one thing you did good.
What if they're like, I'm stuck. I can't find anything good about what I did. I'm terrible.
Mm.
I'm such a
Well,
loser.
you don't lose, you learn.
Ooh. Okay, okay. That was very good. That was very good. And so these are what we call the reframes, right? We just basically reframe, change, and swap something out. So that was really good. So then if I say something like, all right, do you want to play a game?
Sure.
Okay, okay. Do you know the game Ant Squasher?
Yes, I do.
Okay, okay. All right. Mom, do you know the game Ant Squasher?
I don't remember. I remember you guys played it once, but I don't remember.
Okay, okay. Noah, I'll play with you, and then after this, then Danny, you're gonna play with him and you're gonna try and beat him. Okay?
Okay.
So, all right. Basically, for those who are listening, here's the rules. Player one, which will be me, I'm the evil twin. So I'm Noah's evil twin, and Noah is just going to be Noah, which should be easy. Just be yourself. Okay. So now my goal, in order for me to win, I have to just be kind of like negative. And if he doesn't know what to say, I win. But if he just makes sense and then I don't make sense, then I lose. So let's see here. Easy, you just have to beat me once. Medium, you have to, I'm allowed to argue with you once. Hard, I get to argue with you twice and go like, oh yeah, but how does that make sense? All right. Okay, you ready? All right, let's do easy mode. Here we go. Hi, my name is Evil Noah, and I love cooking. I'm actually quite great at it. So, today we're going to make pasta. I can't wait. And here we go. I'm going to crack an egg into this flour. Crack, and eggshell drops in. Oh man, I dropped an eggshell. I'm the worst.
It's very easy to fix that mistake, and there's more eggs, so you can practice again.
Wait, what? So, how do I I can fix it?
Yeah, you can fix it.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm feeling, wait, how do I fix it?
By taking a fork, getting the HO out. Boom.
Oh. Okay, that makes sense. I'm already feeling better. Nice. Okay, you defeated the easy round. Are you ready for medium?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, my name is Evil Noah. I'm going to make some pasta and it's going to turn out so amazing. I can't wait to eat it. And here I go, cracking an egg. Drop. And 5 eggshells. I'm the worst.
Think about how did you do that? What can you do better next time you crack an egg?
I think the only thing I can do better is just give up.
Well, that's the worst thing you can do. You should try again and practice more.
Wait, practice? You
Yep.
mean I shouldn't give up? I can just keep trying?
Yep.
So you're saying if I keep trying, that will make things better?
Yeah.
Wait, how?
Because eventually, with all the practice, you'll know how to do it correctly.
So I can get better at this.
Yes.
That makes a lot of sense. All right, congratulations. You beat me on
Sweet
medium.
tits.
Are you ready for hard?
Yep.
Okay. Just to make this even harder, I'm going to change the example. All right.
Oh.
Good morning. My name is Evil Noah. I'm the nicest kid on the planet. Today, I'm going to 3D print an orange. But not just any orange. An orange that turns into a samurai sword. You just open it up. All right, time to print. All right, there's 3 pieces, so I'm just going to print them separately. First piece done. Second piece done. Third piece looks great. Now you just got to put them together. Wait a second. I printed the last 2 pieces the exact same way. They don't fit. Man, I'm terrible.
No, you're not. You're learning.
Yeah, I'm learning that I'm terrible.
You're not terrible. It's the first time you've done something. If you try again, you'll remember which piece goes to which piece or which pieces to print correctly.
Well, how do I know that if I try again, I'm probably just gonna make the same mistake all over again?
Because you never lose, you learn.
What did I learn? What
You
can I learn?
learned that you should print the right pieces. And if you remember that, you'll be able to print them.
Wait a second. So you mean don't quit, try again, but try again doing it differently from what I've learned?
Yes.
That actually sounds quite genius. I'm feeling better. How did you come up with that?
Rebel Ninja.
Oh, nice. Okay. Very nice. Okay. Very good. Okay. Congratulations. I tried my best. I tried to just come up with more reasons that I should give up, but those were very compelling arguments. So very good, Noah. Excellent. Okay, Dani, you want to swing, try and see if you can get him stuck?
I'm Evil Noah.
You are Evil Noah. And all you got to do is just
Goodbye
start the
now.
story off. Hi, I'm Evil Noah. And then some kind of activity.
Okay. Hi, I'm Evil Noah, and I am gonna go work out, and I'm gonna be super strong. I'm gonna go to the
Nice.
gym. I'm at the gym, and I'm gonna lift 100 pounds.
Yeah.
I can't lift 100 pounds. I suck.
Oh, uh-oh.
You don't suck. Just try with 50.
I can't lift 50 pounds. I suck.
Then try 1 pound.
What is that gonna do?
It's going to make you stronger so you can lift the 10, then the 20, then the 30, then the 40, then the 50. Then after the 50, you got 60, 70, and 100.
So what you're telling me, if I start with 1 pound, when am I gonna get to the 100 though? Because I still feel like a loser.
Because you're going to upgrade later on.
When? Like tomorrow?
Probably not.
Like next week?
Probably not.
When?
Whenever it happens.
Okay, so you're telling me if I keep on working at this every day and dedicate time and keep on training, I'll get there?
Yeah, you'll be Sweet Pips.
I'll be Sweet Pips. Okay.
Nice. Very good. Wow. Okay. Mom, you went like 7 or 8 rounds with him. That was pretty good.
Hard mode. I'm like, I thought this was easy mode.
Mom was playing extreme mode. No, but Noah, that was really good. Like everything that she said, you basically had an answer for it. Do you want to know the science behind what we're doing?
Sure.
So in behavioral science, they call this evil twin the inner critic. But we just call it the evil twin because it's a little bit more of a fun name. But the real word for it is inner critic. Do you know what critic means?
Someone who judges normally food or other things.
Yeah, so like their job will be to find if there's anything wrong with it. And basically, have you watched the movie Inside Out?
Yes.
Do you remember the person that go all the time?
Wait, who's that?
It was the purple guy.
Here?
Yeah.
The purple guy, yeah.
Yeah. And so basically that movie is pretty accurate. We do have that purple guy in our own brain. And so there's a little tiny part of the brain called the amygdala. And that's like the center for just feeling scared or just feeling maybe, I guess, negative, where thinking this could happen, but that could happen, or this means that, oh, I'm the worst, or I'm terrible, or like I should have known better, or like, and so then whenever that part of the brain is active, it makes us want to do the opposite. It makes us want to get away. It makes us want to avoid. So like trying new things. Nope. The inner critic will say like, nope, I'm going to make a mistake. I'm going to lose and it's going to make me a loser. I'm good. I'm not going to try something new. I'm just going to do what I already know how to do because at least I know I won't lose. Right. And so that's what the inner critic sounds like, is like, what if this? What if that? And what you just did really good at is you just challenged your inner critic. This is how like a behavioral scientist or therapist would train you on how to go from a negative thinker to a positive thinker, is not so much just like, there's a point where like you got to understand yourself and talk about like your feelings. But the next step is to understand how to stop the bad feelings from happening. And what you just demonstrated was a really excellent level of skill of challenging the scared thoughts or the bad thoughts or the negative thoughts, or in this case, the fixed mindset thoughts. So mama was giving you all the fixed mindset thoughts like, oh, but but this and then, but that. And you're like, no. And you defeated her. But you actually just practiced defeating what the inner critic sounds like, basically. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a really good game. You guys are more than welcome to play that more often. But Noah sounds like he's already pretty good at it. But Mom, you can try and make it even harder on him because it sounds like he's got it. Like, so for those who are listening, there is a difference between stopping negative self-talk and then there's defeating your negative self-thoughts. And so what Noah was just demonstrating right now really well is basically being able to change negative self-talk into positive, right? Now, judging on how quickly he was able to do this, it helps me understand that his level of skill is at the level where he can change negative self-thoughts, because that's where it starts. It starts up here in his head, right? So the faster that kids get at the ant squasher game, it becomes proof that they're probably really fast at doing this by themselves, quietly in their own head. So they don't actually just go straight to melting down. They're quote unquote self-regulating, but not through breath work, because Noah already told us earlier that didn't really help him. But what's really helping him now is actually something called metacognition. His ability, this is a high level of intelligence, being able to think about what you're thinking. He can hear the thought in his head that didn't it sounded kind of negative. It sounded familiar. It sounded like the fixed mindset kind of thoughts. And then he would change that into a growth minded thought. Anyways, I just nerded out a little bit for the last 5 minutes to just break down what you were doing in your head, because I think it's really important for those who are listening to not just, like, be wowed by what you just did, but to also learn, "Wait, how do I get my own kid to achieve this too?" And so, anyways, that's why I wanted to break that down a little bit. And, well, Noah, so actually, Danny, when he was, like, quickly and swiftly taking out those negative thoughts that you're handing him, like, what were your thoughts?
I was just like, what else can I bring in? And I was trying to repeat our conversations in the past too, because
Oh, okay.
I'm a mom and we have these, little bickerings every day
Mm,
about something. And
mm,
so I know that we've had some of the gym ones, maybe not exactly 100-pound one, but definitely just, and I like hearing it from him too, because I'm like, okay, I can throw this back at you and be like, hey, what about this? You said, you know, so I use
yes.
it as another of my weapons.
Man, you know what this reminds me of? This is like, I don't know if you've ever watched the anime called Dragon Ball Z.
Hmm. But yeah, you haven't, but I have.
Okay. Oh, Danny, you've seen it?
Yeah, my little sister liked it. So,
Yeah. Okay. So basically, there's this scene where Goku and Vegeta, like they're kind of like the main characters per se. They're like the strongest, and then some evil character jumps in, and they're like, "How do we defeat this guy? Because we just defeated the
mm,
last guy, and now we're the strongest. But now this new bad villain came in. We're weaker than this villain, and we're gonna lose. And if we lose, Earth is destroyed. We cannot let that happen." And so so there's this character called Cell, and Cell was the new bad guy who basically started eating all of like Goku and Vegeta's friends, taking in their powers and becoming stronger and stronger in such an unfair way. And so Goku and Vegeta and Goku's son, they go to this secret training place called the hyperbolic time chamber, where if they go into that time chamber, a whole year can pass by, but in the real world, only like a minute has passed by. So they can kind of like secretly train when their bad guy can't. So they can get stronger and stronger and stronger within just minutes. So they have the advantage to beat this bad guy, right? And so what I'm saying is the hyperbolic time chamber is like a cheat code where you can get extra practice and extra training. And what mom just did was she kind of just gave you this hyperbolic time chamber. She brought back all the moves that your evil twin has used on you. Now, in your hyperbolic time chamber, you're able to get like a simulated combat where it's like, okay, cool, simulate the bad guy again. Let me beat him. Ah, nice. Like I beat this simulated bad guy 100 times, dude. Like this is so easy now. And then when you have to face the real bad guy, you're like, yeah, I've trained for you. I know how to defeat you so fast. And that's kind of like what mom was doing. She was giving you the simulated fight, giving you extra practice. So then when you do get a negative thought, you're like so quick at taking it out. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Yeah. Metaphor made sense even though you've never watched Dragon Ball Z.
makes sense.
Awesome. I also want to, you know, share that I'm actually really proud of your hard work to get to where you are today. Would you say now you're like a perfect human?
No way.
Is it possible to be a perfect human? You can't be perfect, but you can be butter. Yes, better. Very good. Very good. Yeah. There's also one more thing before we go. I just wanted to kind of brag about you. Um, there's this word that I didn't learn until maybe a couple years ago from what it feels like. I learned it pretty late compared to you. What would you say? What are limiting beliefs?
Like thinking about like I can't do that or I can't do this because mine just says, no way, it's way too much.
Yeah. What's the problem with having these limiting beliefs?
Because they stop you from doing a lot of stuff that your mind just says, it's impossible. You can't do that.
Yeah. So would you say what you believe changes whether or not you can do it?
Yes.
Mm. So what happens if like, for example, I wanted to get stronger and do like 100 squats, but I'm like, there's no way. That's too high of a number. Would I even try?
No.
So then what would change if I actually how do I change that?
You just think, I can do it. I'll try.
But some people would be like, but no, that just sounds like you're just trying to fake it, fake positivity into yourself. You're just saying these fake words. What do you say to that?
Fake it till you make it.
Hey, there's some truth to that. So tell us, tell us that so I gave you this task that seemed really, really hard. What was it?
100 squats.
What was your initial thought about that?
That's insane.
Did you think that you could do it, or did you think that maybe you could, or just maybe definitely 100% definitely not? Like, what were you thinking?
Or I'll be like exhausted and like grabbing on like we're going
Yeah.
like
0 to 10,
wild.
how possible did you think it was?
Like probably like 30.
30 like 30% chance it was gonna happen?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, that's on the lower end. And then did you actually do it? So then what did you learn about yourself after you completed it?
That I can do 100 squats.
Yeah? And then do you think that now that you've done 100 squats, that maybe there are other things that you might be wrong about that what you can and cannot do?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And what did you do the next week?
200 squats.
Yeah. And when I told you to double it and do 200, now 0 to 10, how possible did you think it was?
Probably like 99.
Really? 99 out of 100?
Yeah, I thought I could do 200 squats.
That's crazy. So you're telling me when I told you to do 100, you're like 30% sure you could do it. But then once you broke that ceiling, you broke that limiting belief, I told you to double it. That's crazier. Doubling it is crazier. 200 is a lot crazier than just doing 100. But you felt 99% sure you could do it?
Yeah.
Why?
Because if I can do 100 squats, I think I can do 200 squats.
Being able to break your limits and breaking your limiting beliefs, how did that make you feel?
Really good.
Yeah. Do you feel more excited about trying things you've never tried before?
Yes.
Even if it sounds hard?
Depending on what it is.
Yeah, that's true. But do you feel like now that you've collected more proof, more evidence that you can break your limiting beliefs, do you think you could probably break more limiting beliefs?
Yeah.
Nice. Awesome. Very cool. Well, thank you, Noah, for sharing. At the end of every episode, what I like to do is ask the parent on the call, what advice do you have for the parents who are listening? Do you have any encouragement or advice for the parents who are listening? Danny?
Yeah, I would say be patient because it doesn't happen overnight. And whatever you're trying to help your child to be a better person, it doesn't happen overnight. The changes don't happen like instantly. But now, like, I mean, we've been with you for over a year. And
Mm,
so now I'm like, well, yeah, like I look back and it's definitely different and a lot more geared towards the positive. But it took time. And it also took time, and it's a lot of learning for a parent as well. It's not just for your kid. We learned a lot. Noah's dad too. Like we learned a lot, and we to this day we still send messages like, "What do we do here? How do I do this? How do I word this out?" Because we're learning too.
mm,
We weren't born parents. Just like no, I wasn't born riding a bike. I wasn't born to be a parent. I'm learning,
mm.
and so be patient
I love that. Thank you for sharing that because a lot of parents do share with me, like, I feel like I'm just winging it, and so
because
thanks
we
for,
are.
yeah, thanks for sharing that. I do say that, like, not every teacher is a parent, like this guy, right? Me, but every parent is a teacher. And so as a teacher, you can always learn how to teach in more efficient ways, better ways to teach it. So, but there is no such thing as a perfect parent, is there?
No.
Mhm. Well, thank you for jumping onto the podcast, jumping onto the show, you guys, and thank you everybody for listening.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.